Despite a significant ramp up of domestic manufacturing of solar panels and components in the US as well as in India, China, according to a recent study, is still set to dominate the world marketplace for these products over the next several years. 2023 may have been a great year for residential solar in the US, but it's been a terrible year for residential solar stocks. And another solar panel efficiency record has been set, this time surpassing the theoretical limit for efficiency for a single cell panel. I'm Jay Warmke with Blue Rock Station, and this is the news from the solar industry for the week of November 12th. Well, a recent study by Wood Mackenzie has found that China is set to dominate the world marketplace for solar products at least through 2026. Now, what they found is that even though there are strong incentive programs in the US and India that have been kicked off recently, those nations are growing their domestic manufacturing capacity. In fact, India is set to overtake Southeast Asia as the #2 largest producer of solar panels. But China continues to invest and invest at a very high rate. In fact, in 2023, they're looking to invest about $130 billion into their domestic production. In 2022, China held about 80% of the global market. By 2026, it's projected that even though the market will grow significantly, China will still retain about 80% of that market. Modules, the reason for this, modules in China are about 50% cheaper than those that are made in Europe, and about 65% cheaper than those that are made in the US. In fact, analysts fear that with the growing manufacturing of panels around the world, and with China continuing to invest, we're going to see a glut of solar panels just coming up in a couple of years. Now, despite the fact that installations in the US at the residential level grew about 52% in 2023 versus 2022, the stocks in this marketplace have taken quite a beating this year. In fact, SolarEdge, one of the leading inverter manufacturers in the residential area, fell from a high of about $344 a share in February down to about $71 a share this week. That's down about 80%. Enphase is down about 69% since January 1st. This is a microinverter company, and it had a high of $251 a share, now down to about $78 a share. And solar services company Sunrun, down about 67% from a high of $28 down to about $9.44. Now, a lot of the analysts, they're pointing to things like changes in the net metering laws in California, a fall off on installation requirements in the EU. There was a big boom after the Ukraine invasion, falling back off. I suspect that it's a number of factors and that the entire marketplace is sort of being painted with a broad brush. For example, Sunrun was just recently sued for mismanagement. Some of their reporting is in error. There have been some reliability issues with SolarEdge. So my guess is that it's just simply markets pricing. It was overpriced, overvalued earlier. Now it's being undervalued. So we'll see how that goes. LONGi has announced record efficiencies for a tandem solar module. In fact, they've hit 33.9% efficiency. Now, what's interesting about this is the first time that the efficiency of a solar panel has broken the, it's known as the Shockley-Quasar limit. It's the theoretical limit for a single cell solar panel. That's at 33.7%. Now, this was a tandem cell, so what they do is they layer silicon with a thin layer of perovskite, which allows the panel to absorb energy at different waveforms. It's really a good, tangible demonstration that there is a benefit to these tandem cells, and we'll see a lot more of those in the future. The theoretical efficiency limit on these cells, tandem, is about 43%. All of these are sort of laboratory testing. In fact, most solar panels that are on the market today range in efficiency from about 19% to about 21%. And Forbes did a recent study of people who have installed solar on their homes. And the vast majority, in fact, about 90% of them essentially said they'd do it all over again, that they're very satisfied with the results. 82% stated that they would recommend solar to their friends. 67% said they would anticipate expanding their system in the future. Some of the primary factors that motivated folks to put solar on their roofs: energy independence, that's about 73%, cost savings, 67%, the fact that current government incentive programs were very, very lucrative at the moment, so never a cheaper time, that's about 56%, and only about half said that environmental issues motivated them to put solar on their homes. And the offshore wind industry is struggling a bit at the moment. It's been plagued by supply chain issues, rising interest rates, design flaws, and as a result, we're seeing ever-increasing costs of these systems. Now, despite claims of former President Trump, who says that these offshore wind turbines off the coast of New Jersey are killing a lot of whales, I hate to break the news to him, but there are no wind turbines off the coast of New Jersey. In fact, the company that was set to install wind turbines off the coast of New Jersey, Ørsted, it's a Danish company, just announced that it's going to cancel the plans to build these wind farms. They were known as Wind 1 and Wind 2 projects. They've cited that it's just simply too expensive. The numbers no longer pencil out, that they're not going to be proceeding with that project. And that's the news from the solar industry for this week. We'll see you next week.